guys, welcome back to another episode of We Don't Shut Up, where we are the two girls that can't shut up on any social platforms, like TikTok, truly. Instagram, Facebook. I am your co-host, Stephanie.
And I'm Michelle.
And we are here today to bring you a different episode, actually, than what we've been doing lately. We're going to lighten it up a little bit today.
It's been pretty negative lately.
It's been heavy. Yes, it's been heavy.
It has indeed.
And we're going to lighten it up today with some questions. Well, Michelle knows a little bit more about this than I do. I am just here. I am, what's it called?
Honestly,
player.
Half the time, when a player.
Yeah, I'm a player to this game that we're going to do or whatever.
Okay. Half the time, when it comes to recording, Stephanie has no idea what's going on.
Okay, not true. Because I come up with a lot of topics.
When it comes to games.
Yeah, games now, absolutely.
Stephanie
I will 100% say
no idea.
No idea.
What's going on. I'm the fun one.
Okay. I think I can be fun.
I mean, yes. When you're, like, reading a book.
Oh, okay. Yeah, when I'm silent. Love that. Nothing like a good Friday morning.
Affirmation.
But guys, of course, we have to get into our first topic, or our first segment, which is what we can't shut up about this week. And Michelle's going to go first because I am still currently thinking about mine. Because I told you I thought of one and I just forgot it. So, yeah. Let me try and think on that one.
Sounds about right. Well, mine is like, meh. I guess this week I've been in like this really annoying funk of like, I suck at life kind of thing. And I think that's so real. And it's so like good to talk about because I've felt like utter gaga the whole week. Like I've been like every day Andrew comes home like, I'm a failure. And I just start crying. So, yeah, that's what I can't shut up about because it sucks. Life sucks right now. And I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through the gigs.
Well, listen, you are doing a great job.
Thanks.
And you're not failing. And
thanks.
You
I didn't come on
this.
Here to cry, though.
No, we're not going to cry.
Because this is going to make me cry. No, I know.
No, you've got this. That's why I'm not going to say much. Guys, I normally am a lot more like...
Yeah, but
Stephanie... But I don't want to make her cry.
Yeah, Stephanie has a very... she's like got a chokehold on me when I'm in these like emotions.
Moods. Yeah.
Because she just knows what to say, and then I just start bawling. But... Like, I do feel better today. I don't know if you noticed, but, because it's probably not noticeable. But, guys, I never wear makeup in the sense of, like, I always do mascara and blush, but I never wear other makeup. But today, I put foundation on. And,
oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, concealer.
You definitely do have more makeup on than normal.
Yeah. And today, I was just like, let me just wake up and feel good about myself. Look good. Dress cute. Because life is lifing, but you kind of have to kick it in the ass and be like, you know, like, yeah. Bye. Like, I'm better than this. Let's go. So, yeah, that's what I can't shut up about because honestly, I've talked about it every day, and I've been like, Andrew, I just need a hug, and he's like, okay. And he just hugs me, and we just sit there, and then I start crying. Because a hug can make me cry very easily, so.
Girl, you got this, and we're gonna get through it.
Yes, indeed.
Well, I completely forgot about the one that I told you that I remembered that I was gonna talk about, but I just remembered something else that I'm excited about. So kind of like yin and yang. Yours is not great. Mine is like, okay. So I bought paint a while ago to paint my hallway from the guests. I think I might have talked about this on the podcast.
I don't think you have.
So I think I talked about redoing my bathroom. And yes, I did that. Mm-hmm. So I'm like in the hallway area of like where my guest bedrooms are and like Justin's office and stuff. So I bought like a little stand and a plant there. But I've been wanting to change the color of that wall. And I have the paint. Mm-hmm. And I think I might be able to do it today.
Oh, wow.
I know. Like,
on
what
a
is
Friday?
It?
That's insane.
I know. I'm excited because I've been wanting to do it for a while, and it's on my to-do list, and I just hasn't been able to get done.
Question.
Yes.
What do we call Justin's room now? Is it his office or is it his game room?
It's both.
But is it still his game room?
I mean, he's not game. Well, I shouldn't say that. He's
not gaming. Excuse me.
Yeah, for the whole for this whole past week, he has been gaming quite a bit.
Last week, no?
Yeah,
for the past
actually,
2 weeks.
Not really this week. Last week.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, his game room / office, I guess. He works there every day, so
yeah. You know, I mean, I would consider it more of an office, but I know it's always been the game room as well because that's where he games.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's why I was like. Also, Stephanie does this thing where how long have you guys been living in this house?
Since 2021, so 3 years,
going on to 4.
Almost 4 years. Yeah.
Okay, so they've been living here for almost 4 years, and let me tell you.
Oh, you've already talked about this on here.
Oh, I have?
Yeah, when I was doing my bathroom. But go ahead.
Okay, because if you didn't listen that time, Stephanie does this thing where she focuses on a section and a room, and until she gets past that, she's tunnel vision. She won't look at anything else for any other part of the house.
Okay, first of all,
so
I that has changed a bit. I will, if I see something I really like that could go somewhere else, I'll get it and I'll put it somewhere else. Yeah, but I'm not actively working on that spot.
Yeah, but also you're not thinking about it. So
right, it's just if I see a I don't know, a wall art or something like that I really like, I'm oh, okay, well this would work for this place.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Next is the guest bedroom. I'm excited for that one.
I'm so excited for that because
that needs a whole room.
It's that room is kind of sterile.
Yeah, very sterile.
And it's kind of just
it's giving me when I was in college and
exactly.
It's giving me when I was in college and when I lived on my own. We need to
it could. I know it's gonna be such a vibe.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna. I'm so excited for it.
You know what? You should do a dark wall or something.
I think I'm gonna do I think I have enough paint to paint the hallway and then paint that wall that when you walk in you see that wall. Yeah. Paint that wall the same color as the hallway.
Are you gonna get new furniture in there?
I want to. I don't know how much Justin's gonna let me, but
also, I mean, you can go on Amazon and find a.
I know, or even on Facebook Marketplace.
True.
True. I think I can make it happen. I can sell what's in there, and I can use that money to buy new stuff.
Oh my God, slay! I'm on that. I want to be in that one. I want to be on board for that one because I really like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that.
Yeah. So I found some light.
That sums it up.
I found some light in this week. But yeah, I mean, it's been a rough week, guys.
Yeah.
But hang in there because I know everyone I seem to talk to, they're in the same boat. It's just rough. It's not. It's just rough waters for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So hang in there. If you need to talk to anyone, we're here. You can always DM us, comment because we also don't want to feel like we're the only ones going
sometimes we do.
Yeah, and sometimes we do. So
at least we have, because even sometimes, most of the time, currently not the situation, but most of the time one of us is off and then the other one is good.
Yeah.
Right now we're both
off.
Just
so
messed up.
But hey.
But yeah, we're hanging in there.
Well, we're hanging in there, bringing you some episodes.
For real.
Yeah.
Which, this has also been a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah.
We've been on the struggle bus with the podcast, but we're still here. Yeah. And I'm not going to say the rest of it.
And I'm proud of us for that. Because we would have already, been girl.
So, I've thought about it.
Yeah, me too.
I've thought about it. I've been
yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But this is fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is fun, and we just sit and we talk, and these are our Fridays, and it's great. So
yeah.
We need this.
Okay, so are we ready to get into this game that you're going to have to explain because I have no idea what we're doing?
I'm so excited, yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm so excited for this game because I love it when I bring something to the table, to Stephanie, and I'm we're going to do this. And she has no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So it's the most fun. So basically what we're going to do is I gathered some questions for both of us because Stephanie was busy, so I usually do this part of the podcast. gathered some questions for both
So
of us.
I have no idea what these questions are.
I don't remember what the questions I grabbed for her. So basically what we're going to do is we're each going to ask each other questions. So I gathered 5 questions from me to her that she's going to answer that are like pretty deep questions and vice versa. So she's going to do the same to me. So we're just going to go one off. So I'll ask you and then you ask me.
Okay.
They're all pretty deep, like sister questions. So I want you to answer with your heart.
So it could get spicy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll ask you first.
I'm here for it.
And then that's why you'll see we're using the same phone because the other phone is not available. So, okay. So the first question is, I told you, okay, never mind. Okay. Sorry, I forgot for a second. Okay. What would you change, if anything, about our experience growing up?
What would I change, if anything, about our experience growing up? Honestly, like you and I? Like between like me and you?
No,
or
like our experience as a family, like our childhood. Like what is something you would change? Now we have to be mindful of what we say and how we say it.
Right, yeah.
We don't want to bash anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like our childhood was overall great. Like we didn't have anything like bad happen.
Honestly, no, there was nothing bad that happened. But now looking at it in hindsight, it's kind of like, oh, there were things that were a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's some things, like some mindsets that our parents had that we learned that have like carried into adulthood, and then I realized that like
we have to
I don't want that. Yeah, so we have to unlearn that, but I feel like that happens in everyone's childhood. I don't think it's anything that you can change. I think it's just like going into parenthood for me, like having my children, I think it's definitely being more mindful of the things that I'm like saying and doing. And I think that it involves a lot of like healing. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that part. So when I do have kids, like they go into something that's like as like nice and good as possible. Obviously no one's perfect and we're gonna make mistakes. Correct. And you know our kids are gonna learn things that,
and then our kids are gonna say the exact same shit about us. Yeah
exactly, because it'll be a whole new thing. But I mean, you know, like that's what I would say I would change in childhood is like I wish our parents would have been more like conscious of like the things, how they acted, and I wish they would have healed themselves before having kids. I think that ultimately really just shaped our childhood. But we didn't have a bad childhood.
No, it's just, I mean, nothing's perfect.
Yeah. So I think that's what I would.
Interesting.
Change.
Okay,
so then I'm going to ask you this first question. Okay. Do you consider yourself successful? You wrote these.
I love it how I literally pulled these myself.
I know. I saw it and I was like, okay.
I do. Yes. Because for me, there's different measures of success. And the most important measure of success for me is happiness. And I'm very, very, very content of where my life is right now, especially because of all the, I guess the
good things. Like
and not only that, but like the leaps I've been taking. I think that 5 years ago, I would have been like, are you good? Like, are you insane?
Yeah.
As to like for the things that like I'm currently doing. But that being said, like everything's hard, everything comes with like ebbs and flows and everything. But I do think that I'm very, very happy with where my life is currently. So I would say that because of that, I am successful. And because of where I'm going to be, I consider myself successful already because I see that, you know?
Yeah. And I'm actually reading a book, The Art of Who We Are.
Okay.
And it talks about how we have determined, like we consider ourselves broken. And because of the way that society and the way that we have learned, like in our childhood have learned different things, and like we are whole. Like we think of success as like, we put like a price to it. Like a success is where like how much money you have or how much material things you have, or, you know, your value as a human being and your worth as a human being is tied to this. But it's not, and that's why you're like broken, and you're not broken. You are whole in your entirety from the moment you were born to like today. Like you are whole, but we think
like you have to like get to a certain point to be able to say like, okay, I made it,
or like or like success. Like success is not even like a thing. Yeah. Like, it's just like, that's what the book, like, talks about and explains.
And I agree.
It's not even like a thing.
I also think that there's so many different ways of measuring your success and being successful. Like,
and everyone is, like, everyone's success is different. Like,
Correct.
It's not,
that's something we've always talked about. Like, for me, success is, like, way, way, way different than what it is for Stephanie. And there's her way of viewing success isn't bad, and neither is mine. It's just different. And I think that there is a standard in society where it's like the only way you can be successful is monetarily.
Yeah, the bad part comes is when you tie that to your self-worth. Like when you tie that to like, I bring nothing to the world, or I'm not, I'm not worthy because I don't have this yet, or because I haven't achieved this yet, or because, all those things.
Correct.
And
that's
which I struggle with that.
That's always a struggle.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to not go there because it's society and so many different factors to that. But I think it's super important to understand that, like, everybody is successful in their own way. And just because you may not have what the person next to you does doesn't mean that you're any less than that person, or that you have failed at. Look at me giving my own self, like, I should be taking my own advice.
Me too. It's pep talk. No, it's a really good book, and it like teaches you too how to like,
I might read that
kind of let go of that. It's called The Art of Who We Are by Robert Dean. I think it just came out too in October. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was on like my Goodreads, like, and it was like, I was like, okay.
Did it have a good rating?
It didn't have a rating because it had just come out.
Oh, true.
I think it came out October 4th, so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, of this year.
I thought I had heard about this, but I guess maybe not.
Yeah. It's good. So, if anyone's looking for a book.
Okay, I'm going to add it to my list.
There you go.
Okay. This is a two-parter.
Okay.
What do you admire most about Mom?
What do I admire most about Mom? I admire about Mom that, like, she doesn't, like, even with, like, her divorce and, like, everything like that, like, she got us through it. Like, whether it was how we would have done it or not, like, her determination to be like, I'm not just gonna sit here and let life, like, trample over me. I'm going to figure it out. And so she figured it out, and she, like, got us to, like,
and also not
adulthood.
Staying because it was more comfortable or easier.
Yeah, that too. I mean, it has to be hard to, like, you're so comfortable in this life, like, you're so, like, in it.
Yeah.
So it's like actually taking a step and saying, for you, like, this is not good for me, or it's not healthy for me anymore, and taking I think that is a big one too.
Yeah. Okay, what do you admire the most about Dad?
About Dad, I think what I admire most about Dad is that he is, like, the word isn't selfless. Like, he always has, like, these sayings of, like, in Spanish, like, dar para recibir, and, like, stuff like that. Like, I think Dad is very, like, into, like, it's not studying the universe. Like, what, you know what I'm trying to say?
He's
like,
kind of, I mean, I know that, like, I think he's in tune with his emotions and being good at being able to say, like, like, he's also very good at giving advice, like, in general.
Yeah.
And whenever you're feeling down, he says things like that. And
okay. I also, like, Dad always, like, he understands, like, like when I'm feeling stressed and stuff like that, like he understands. It's not a belittlement. It's not like oh, don't worry about it. Things will get better. Like it's
never,
not that. It's
never.
It's yes, things will get better, but understand like that it's okay to go through this. So like that has always been something that Dad has like taught me, and I still am learning because it's really hard when you're in it to like think that way.
Yeah.
But he's always like, I've never felt judged or belittled because I feel stressed or I'm stressed about something stupid. Like I've never felt judged or belittled by him.
Like like even if it's the most minute thing, he's never like, okay, come on, like don't be stressed.
Like
about
even if I'm like, wow, this is stupid, or like I look back and in hindsight I'm like, wow, that was ridiculous. And he was so supportive about it. So
yeah, I would say Dad is the most supportive person ever.
Yeah,
like he will make you feel seen.
Yeah,
like he'll make you feel.
And he doesn't make you feel bad for like not like. I can do whatever. I feel like I could do whatever it is that I want, like truly want to do, and Dad won't judge me for it. Like if I'm like late 30 minutes because I decided I wanted to eat an ice cream cone. That's stupid analogy, but he won't judge me for that. He'll be like, oh, okay, that's totally fine. Like that's cool. Like
okay, we'll be here.
Yeah. Like and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I love the most about them.
Okay, cool. Your turn.
Okay, so who would you want to give the eulogy at your funeral?
Okay, so I have a list.
Oh my god.
I was like, this is a good one. Well, I think there are a couple people that I feel like are like no-brainers.
Yeah.
I think that one is you. Mm-hmm. I think two, I mean, I hope, Andrew. Mm-hmm. And then, I think, I don't know, how many people?
I don't know. I don't know really much about funerals, to be honest with you.
Thank God.
Yeah. I don't know how they work.
I think Mom deserves that. But I
feel too it's like also like whoever's up for it. You know what I mean? Like
I thought you were gonna say whoever's alive.
Oh my god. Whoever's up for it, because like, you know, you might not even be. You might be shocked. Like you might not be able to speak. Like,
well, I will be dead.
Not you, the person.
I was gonna say, hello.
Like, what if Mom's like just so distraught, like she can't speak?
I guess.
Why are we talking about this? I hate talking about this.
Why? It's real life.
I know it's real life, but like,
I wonder who's gonna die first.
I'll look at what episode is this? Episode 12 of our podcast. Yeah. No, this will be 11. 11 of our podcast, and be like, okay, let's look back.
Oh my god, what if...
When I'm like 80.
Oh my god. Later.
What?
You want me to die when I'm
well,
76?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe I'm dead.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder who's gonna die first.
Yeah, I don't think this question is like valid.
It totally is valid.
I mean, it is valid, but like...
I mean, I'm trying to...
like, technically,
honestly, you know,
my, like, law says that you will outlive all of us. You're the youngest.
I guess. But honestly, I think that this is, like, I'm trying to be funny, but not funny at the same time. You know who I think would give a really good eulogy? Justin.
Probably.
I think he would slay that. He would slay the house boots, and he would be like, this bitch.
Let me tell you a little story.
I think it would make it funny.
Let me tell you a little story about when we see each other. We handshake. And
we do the salmon.
Oh my
gosh. Okay, my turn.
Okay, your turn.
Okay, what event in your life has had the most significant impact on you?
What event in my life has had most significant impact on me?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few.
I know the most important one. There should be literally no thought about this. It's literally me being born.
Oh my god. I thought you were being serious, and I'm just like, I mean, there's a couple. I would say...
Keep this one the most tamed.
No, I would say, honestly, going into, like, my career path, like, working in corporate for 3 years and then realizing, like, all the anxiety and, like, realizing, honestly, that that's not what I wanted in my life. Like, understanding that life isn't just, like...
A 9 to 5?
Not even that. It's, like... It's not about what society thinks or what, is deemed correct or is deemed like, and I still work on that stuff. But, like, realizing that, holy crap, like, all these people do this. Like, most people are unhappy in what they do.
Praise, girl.
And like, you just have to figure out a way to be happy.
For sure.
While making money and, like, doing all
like,
that.
what is that for you?
Like, so I think, like, that was, like, definitely a, like, moment in my life where, like, things just shifted.
I completely agree with you.
And I was like, and that's the most tamed.
That is the most, that's not the one I was thinking, but it's the most tamed for sure. Okay, your turn.
Okay. So, we're on 3. Yeah. What's something that scares you now that you hope you do before you die?
Oh, dang it. I thought I put this one for you. What is it?
What's something that scares you now that you hope you do before you die? Skydiving.
No. That's too... No. I want to skydive, but my buddy's backing out. He doesn't want to do it anymore.
Oh, well, I mean, he already did it.
Asshole.
So, what's something that scares you now that you hope you do before you die?
Zam.
I feel like it could be, like, you traveling by yourself somewhere. I feel like that scares the shit out of you.
Honestly, it doesn't scare me as much as you guys think.
Oh, okay. Like, you would go to, like...
Yeah.
Germany by yourself.
Okay, I would probably... Okay. The first one, I would probably do it more close.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, if it's like...
But, like, is that something you would want to do before you die?
No, yes, I would.
Oh, okay.
I do. But I, like, for example, I was gonna do it last year for the event with my last job in Vegas.
Yeah.
And I wasn't scared. I was excited for it.
Yeah.
I wasn't scared. So it's not something that... I think... So, a couple of years ago, there was a situation where everybody... Well, my mom and Stephanie went to Portugal, and I backed out of going to Portugal. And that, I feel like, has scarred everybody. Because,
well, I mean,
in the sense of
I'm not
traveling.
saying it... Yeah, but I'm not saying it because of that. I'm just saying it because, like, you have, like... I mean, you've said multiple times that, like, you don't necessarily, like, want to travel that much anymore. But before, when you were younger, you, like, literally, we went to Cancun because you wanted to go. And we went on a cruise because you wanted to go. Like, you love to travel like that. So, I think maybe there has been, like, maybe some type of fear or something like that you, like, acquired. And so... But that's why I'm like, I don't know if that's something that you would want to do before you die type thing. I don't know.
I mean, I do want to do that before I die, but it's not like my end all be all thing. I think before I die,
So something that scares you now.
Oh,
that you hope you do before
me.
You die.
Oh my god.
That's why I was like, I don't know, skydiving?
No, I mean, I would be scared as shit.
Bungee jumping?
No, I would not bungee jump. Ew. If that thing snaps,
girl.
I'm too fat for that. No, I feel like I'm too light. I would literally just fly.
Yeah. You'll be a bird.
Okay. A dead bird.
Oh my god.
Something that scares me. So you know what the first thing that came into my mind?
What was it?
Public speaking.
Okay.
That
would be a good one, actually.
I'm petrified of public speaking.
But I feel like you have a lot to say.
I do. Yeah. I
so
think
that wouldn't be bad for, like, yeah.
I can't, I have so much to say. And I'm a pretty wise person.
You are.
But I feel like I can talk like this and, like, to a camera. And I'm fine.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Like get in front of an audience?
Yeah. Unless, okay, so, like, for example, I've thought about this, like, because it's me, but like, a hypothetical of, like, when I get married, and, like, I'm gonna do a speech.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
To do a speech.
Yeah, because you're reading something.
No. Oh. You know what? No, it's because everybody that's there loves me.
Yeah. So they're not going to judge you about what
exactly.
You're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. But when I did the speech at you and Justin's wedding,
yeah,
I practiced it so much that I lost emotion to it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't.
Yeah, you didn't even cry.
I know.
I was like,
yeah, I practiced it so much. I told Andrew, I was like, I will not mess this up. Like, I'm not going to mess this up. Like, I need to not mess this up. And he was like, okay. And he was like, and we practiced it, and I would read it in the car, and he's like, okay, put a little bit more emotion in it. Like, and I cried a lot reading it to myself.
Yeah.
Speech class. I don't know if you remember that one. Oh my gosh. I
hated that class.
Petrified.
That's like the worst class. Like, you asked me what was your least speech class.
Awful.
I don't know a person who likes it.
I know. It's
like just so putting on the spot for no freaking reason.
It's so traumatizing.
It is. Like, stop doing that.
I can't.
Colleges and
please.
Like, it's awful.
It's terrible.
Okay, so we're on number 4. Oh wait, I just asked you. So you asked.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's yours. What's something you wish you could have told me when we were kids? Well, that I knew at the time, or now as an adult, like both.
I don't know. I can't remember what I knew at the time. Like
you were 15 and I was 10. So you had some knowledge.
Yeah,
but not too much.
I would say when I was 15, I would say
you're stupid. Go to bed.
I mean, I would say like high school isn't that bad. Like, just
I hated high school, so you would have been lying.
Like, high school isn't that bad. Just like screw people. I don't know, because like that's probably something I wouldn't say as a 15-year-old. I can tell you what I would say
now. Just say what you would say.
Yeah, like now I would tell you, girl, life is so short. Like, you need to enjoy every second of it. And I'm trying to learn that too, because I am not present. Like, I'm
so bad at that.
I'm so bad. Like, I just like my thing is quick. Like, I'm not like in it. I'm not in the moment, and it could be like a great thing, and I'm just like, okay, when is this done? On to the next. I'm
busy. Like, I'm booked and busy. I need to get it
like
done.
I don't want that. I don't want to be like that. So
I'm also always looking to the future.
Yeah, like, it's like, what's coming next?
Yeah.
It's so annoying. So don't do that.
That's a good one.
Okay, so what's the social or political cause you're most passionate about?
Oh my god, talking about social or political causes is what I'm most passionate about.
Excuse me?
I hate it. I hate it when people talk about it. So that's what I'm most passionate about. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about anything. It's stupid and annoying. That's why I put that one, because I hate it when people talk about it, especially nowadays that like...
See, I don't hate when people talk about it. I just don't like when people can't just agree to disagree. Nicely,
yeah, that's why I hate it when people talk about it, because you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a complete stranger, but like if you're within family and you know,
because
like,
even like you talk to grandpa,
I mean, you can,
and he's like, "Oh my god," and I'm just like, "Relax."
Yeah.
Like, or grandma, just same thing, or like mom, we just don't talk about politics. Like
I understand being passionate about something, because I can get very passionate about things, but like at the end of the day, like,
it doesn't matter what you think versus what I think. Like, I think that, and she thinks that, and that's that. Just leave it. Like, it doesn't make you less of a person because I don't agree with you. Like, that's so
agree
stupid.
To disagree kindly.
Oh my god, yeah. And I'm not. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Oh my god, you're scratching.
I know.
It's making you itch.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is the last question.
Last question for me, and then one last question for you.
How could I have been a better sibling to you when we were growing up?
I mean, honestly, like, you were so young. Like,
okay, we were only 4 years apart.
I know, but like, you couldn't have been a better sibling. Like,
I was pretty slay.
You were. You were a slay and a half. You would fight with mom for me sometimes.
Oh my god, you guys.
You would like get into arguments with mom for me, and I'm just like,
remember?
Yeah, we were tight, and we weren't like, because there was that point in age where you were just like annoying, and I was like, oh my god, you're annoying my friends, blah blah blah. But that was that point. But like after that, like we were a team. We've been a team for
oh my god, forever now. I remember when I was so annoyed that mom was yelling at you in the kitchen, so I came out and I told my mom to shut up. And then all of the attention was transferred to me.
Yeah, and then she got all the heat.
Literally, like, why the hell did you do that? And I literally closed the door in my mom's face on top of that. Like, I was a rebellious child.
Yeah, Michelle was.
I was not good. Mm-mm. I talked back.
Spicy girl.
I did, and now I'm so tame.
Yeah, now you're the opposite. I feel like we switched roles.
Yeah, we really did. Like, now I'm just like, peace and love, bro. Like, just relax. It's fine. Oh my God. And like with my mom, I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna go away for a couple days. Like, just don't talk to me.
Just gonna let you simmer.
Yeah, like, it's very rare when I go hard. The person I probably go the hardest on, and I shouldn't, is my grandmother. I don't know why. She triggers me. She is a trigger for me. Like, absolutely. But,
Triggered.
I think I don't know what her trigger is for me.
I don't know what it is, but she's definitely a trigger for you. Like, I have many triggers. I just can't. I don't have many triggers.
I just feel like she's just disrespectful. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyways. Love you, Grandma.
Okay, so... well, she can be disrespectful.
She can't, not all the time. Oh my God.
She's not like a disrespectful person.
She's a cutie. Like, she's a queen to Andrew. Like, she's like, oh my God, I love you, Papi. Like, I can't ask for...
She can be, but it could be the age, but yeah, she can get very disrespectful.
Yeah, so maybe that's what triggers me.
Okay, last question. What's a mean comment someone made about you that stuck with you to this day?
Okay, I don't even remember that one. Oh, I know.
I think I know.
I think you know too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was never bullied. I was never anything. In high school, in middle school, or anything. Like, yeah, people made like stupid jokes or whatever, but I've always been Slim Jim thin. Okay.
Slim Jim thin.
I've always been I've always been skinny. And I have always been healthy. And I have never suffered from an eating disorder. But there was one time where this person that I never even knew or hadn't even met, she was friends with a friend that I was, I think, currently feuding with or something like that. And she texted me, this girl that I don't know. She texted me on my way. I was on my way home from work.
This was back in like high school.
17. I was 17. Yes. Yeah. She texted me. I was on my way home from work. She texted me and she said, I don't know. Honestly, the text message was a running joke between me and my friends because she just texted very poorly. But she did say that I was anorexic and that a lot of people think the same in my town. And so she's not the only one that thinks that, and she's not the only one that said that. At the time, I did have a boyfriend, and we had broken up, but we were still like friends, and we were like talking and stuff, and she actually brought up this ex-boyfriend and was like, basically like saying like he could break me and stuff like that, like very mean stuff.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't even know you. Like she was texting me.
I literally wanted to murder her.
Yeah, like she was texting me and she was like saying how like she doesn't like kind of like I didn't have a job and like I don't have to work hard for anything, like the body that she has, like she has had to work hard for.
Like who cares?
And I'm just like,
granted she was also 17.
Granted, I don't care.
Like, no, right. But I'm saying, like, I'm sure, like, her traumas. Like, she wasn't an adult yet. This wasn't an adult telling you. It was, like, 17-year-old to 17-year-old. Yeah. She's, like, trying to be a bully and doesn't understand life and is an idiot.
All I said, like, because I guess what triggered this was, like, I said to the friend I was feuding with, like, she mentioned this girl. And I was like, I don't care. Like, you can tell her whatever you want. Like, I don't care about her or you. Like, bye. And I guess, like, that triggered her. And she was like, don't talk on my name, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, girl, what? Like, I could care less about this. And honestly, that is something I will never forget. Like, because I've never been...
She's reached out again, hasn't she?
She hasn't reached out personally. She has reached out to...
The friend
that we were feuding, and then now, like, we feuded and we beefed, and then it was done. Like, we didn't talk again, and then we're grown-ups, and life goes on, and I'm just like, I'm not mad at you. Like, we're fine, and we've talked and everything, and we've even said that we're gonna go out for drinks, and it just doesn't end up happening. But she has reached out to her, and she's been like, oh, she looked, like, 2 years later, she was like, oh my gosh, she looks so beautiful. And I was like, personally, I don't hate anybody. I don't. Like, I use the word hate a lot as an exaggeration. I don't hate anybody personally. But that girl, like, I just won't ever like her. Like, yeah. I don't think that...
strongly dislike.
I do. Yeah. Like,
I mean, you should, as you should. Like,
I don't think that at the age of 17, you should know...
Like, you know what you're saying.
What weight those words carry.
Yeah.
And you don't know what I am or I am not struggling with. Thankfully, I was not struggling with an eating disorder, and I was not anorexic. I was thinking anxiety. Thankfully, I was not anorexic, but it was something that I mean, and I have never been, like, super insecure about my body or anything, but I just know I'm skinny. Like, everybody has always told me that. And then even, like, after that comment was made...
I love when people, like, say that, because it's like, oh, yeah, no, I don't have a mirror in my house where I look at myself every day and just, like, see what I see in the mirror. Like,
yeah,
thanks.
Like, it's also, like, calling somebody fat. Like, it's so... People...
It's like, people... Yeah.
Honestly, people think that it makes it okay because being skinny is what people want to be. So they think it's okay for you to come up to somebody and be like, oh, my God, you're so skinny. It's not. Like... Y'all, it comes from a person that has gone through this her whole entire life. I've always been skinny. And I've always been asked if I'm, like, healthy. Like, you don't have to ask, are you healthy? To ask if you're healthy. So it has always been, like, a topic. It's always been something. And after that comment was made, I was like, okay, I am done with people asking me this. And even to this day, I take it very seriously when somebody asks me or says something about my weight. Like, I take it very seriously, and it's, like, a boundary that I set. Like, we don't talk about my weight because I am 100% healthy. Like, I'm 100% healthy, and I was going to go to a very dirty place with that, but I'm not. I'm going to keep it PG. Like, I'm healthy, and I'm good, and I think that going back to this person and this thing that happened, the comment that was made, I think that whatever age you are at, unless you're like 7, I think you should know what weight your words carry. And I think it's super important for people to understand that, especially with the world that we live in today. Like, the world that we live in today, the comments that you make and all that stuff, like, people do read that and people do feel that.
And you never know what someone's going through. You never know what someone's going through. You could look like you are, like, on top of the world, or that person's, like, on top of the world is having the best, and they could literally be at their lowest point. Yeah. So, and you saying something like that could trigger something awful for that person. Like, you don't want to be the cause of that. So, watch what you say, watch what you write.
Yeah, seriously.
And just be nice.
So I think
be a kind human, and you'll be fine.
Is that the comment you were thinking about? Mm. I think that was just like a...
Well, not that specific comment.
But this situation?
But yeah, that situation. And then when you said there was... And I was like, yes.
What, Did you and Mom talk about this when it happened?
I'm sure we did. And we were living.
Because I think I was sad about it.
Yeah.
Because I
wanted to find her.
Yeah. And I think we even talked about that. And I was like, somebody please.
Well, like, at the time you were what?
I was 17.
Yeah, so I was like 20.
Yeah, she would have gone to jail. But yeah, it was very triggering for me because I was like, oh my God, especially the fact, because if one person says like, oh, I think you look anorexic, that's one thing. But if you're telling me that a lot of different people in my town say,
and she might have just said that. I might like, you
right,
know what I mean?
She probably just said that, and maybe she didn't. Maybe
it was
actually thought that, and I don't want to know if that's the case. But don't say that.
Like,
I don't. Like, the thing is that I don't like. I'm skinny, but I don't look unhealthy. Like, and
you don't.
I see myself in the mirror, and I can say I don't look unhealthy. Like, I'm the one that sees myself.
Everyone's built
naked.
differently, and
like I got fat on my thighs, even though it's not that much, but I got, like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. That is definitely a comment that I don't think I'll ever forget how I felt, and I don't think I'll ever forget how words can really affect you, even if they're not true.
At whatever age.
Yes, at whatever age. Like, I will always carry that with me because I don't want to do that to somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to be like, oh, you look like this, I might do it unintentionally.
You should just never talk about someone's appearance. The only thing, if you want to say anything about someone's appearance, is, oh my gosh, she looks so good.
You look beautiful. Like,
that's it.
Anything positive, girl, go for it. Like, I will be one of those people where I think, if I think that somebody looks really nice, I'll be like, oh, I love your whatever. Yeah, I'll do that. But
also the people that are like, oh my God, how many months are you? And the person's not pregnant. Like, just stop. Like, why do you really care?
Just don't.
Just don't. Like, people are so like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
That is, yeah. I think that's a very big thing. Like, just don't say things that you don't, especially, like, just think about it in the long run. Like, is this something that might affect somebody in the long run?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I didn't take it personally, this comment. Like, in that moment, I felt like crap. But, like, now I just think back and I'm just like, it doesn't matter how old she was. She was old enough to know what she was saying.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I'm just like, I don't hate her, but I don't
strongly dislike
her.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like her. Yeah, I have no contact, no communication, no anything with her. I haven't ever talked to her, literally. Ever before that or after that. I've never talked to her. It's so wild how she had so much to say.
It's just
about my life.
Yeah, it's just
and she didn't even know anything. I was like, I'm literally driving home from work and you're saying I don't work. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about?
No, I mean, clearly, like, she has a lot of shit that she had to work through, and I hope that she did. Hopefully. And I hope that, she's healing from all of her traumatic stuff because she clearly needed help. So, yeah. But yeah, I mean, that was a good one. That was a good, like, answer and, like, explanation to that question.
Yeah.
So, guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. Because this was actually fun.
Yeah, it was.
These are fun. I
love these games.
These are fun. So we hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you, like, learned a little bit more about us too, and stuff. And you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, do all the things. Tell your mom, tell your dad, tell the whole roster that we are the two girls that can't shut up. And go listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere, honestly, YouTube, anywhere that you get your podcasts.
Yes.
And,
we'll see you on the next one.
We'll be back soon, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Love ya.